We are back again for the return episode of Let's Play WCCW 1983. And the fact of the matter is, WCCW, much like the others, has seen a little bit of a hiatus while I fixed up while my computer got fixed. So with that being the case, it's a good time to deliver a little bit of a recap before we jump right into this week's episode of World Class Television. As you're probably aware, because if you know anything about World Class Championship Wrestling, you'll know that in 1983, it was the beginning of the Freebirds versus the Von Erichs, and that's one of the top feuds in the company. But also, Iceman Parsons against the Missing Link, El Hijo de Tejas, and Gary Hart's Army have been going at each other since the beginning of the year. And, if that wasn't enough, Dick Murdoch and Bruiser Brody, two big bulls, two big behemoths, have been going at each other since Dickie Murdoch made his return to World Class Championship Wrestling back in the month of February. So with that being said, and some updates given out, it's time to jump into this week's episode of World Class Championship Wrestling. Slap on the wrist. I know I didn't read it out and, share it with all of you, but what are you gonna do? So, let's jump into this week's episode, and I just want to say this, that as far as things are concerned, I'm gonna outline the future of this season at the end, or future of this Let's Play at the end of this video, for all of you so all of you can understand what the future holds for World Class Championship Wrestling. By the way, I just want to mention that we are 1 week away from the pay-per-view. We are 1 week away from the pay-per-view, so let's see what's gonna happen. Oh, pre-show. Yeah. Whatever. Link gets the win. And then we have the first promo of the night, as Mark Lawrence is standing by with Skandar Akbar and the Missing Link. I gotta fix that because Link can't be rated on sex appeal. I'm sure his wife thought he was attractive, but I don't, and I don't think any fans in attendance tonight would think he is attractive. Let's see. Let us see. Would you believe I actually don't have any heel jobbers? And that's why Frank Dusek and Johnny Mantell have to team up, because it's been almost a month since Mondo and Chavo teamed together. No, they're managed. You know what? Fuck it, who cares? I just won't make them team together again. So, Chavo and Mondo up against each other. Last week, that's what you saw with Dickie Murdoch and Shane Douglas going against each other. Iceman Parsons defeating Killer Tim Brooks. The Freebirds are defending their six-man tag team titles against Sean O'Reilly, Spike Huber, and Barry Orton, and Bruiser Brody in the main event against Bob Bradley. I also just want to mention that this Sunday is the pay-per-view, or the big event, where, as I mentioned, the Freebirds and the Von Erichs will collide, as will Brody and Dick Murdoch one more time. Once again, I should say. And maybe this time we'll actually get a decisive finish. Well, Chris Adams should compete, because Chris Adams hasn't competed in over a month. You will end up seeing Buddy Rose very soon, but it's just a matter of when. I don't like the idea of booking the spoiler in that type of match, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna book Matt Bourne in that type of match. And yes, I am going to give Matt Bourne and Chris Adams the main event, because I feel like it. I know the TV title's not going to be on the line. Do I have to do... Okay, no I don't. So... March 2nd, so... El Hijo del Tejas will have the... we'll have the other promo, but as far as who else is in the other match, you know what? I think I'm going to give it to Barry Orton. I think I'm going to have Barry Orton against David Novak. See who wins. And then El Hijo, Jose, Mark Lawrence, unscripted, none, Gary Hart. Oh, wait. Off television. And one down one. Okay, so no pre-show match. We're just going to jump right into this week's episode of World Class Television as Missing Link defeats Brian Diaz in the opening contest, as Link sets up his match this Sunday at the the end of month spectacular between him and Iceman Parsons. So that's what they're building up here. Then we slide forward as it's time for the Guerreros to come back, as the Guerreros face Frank Dusek and Johnny Mantell. Chavo Guerrero actually did really good compared to his brother, with an 80 in-ring performance, and the second highest was his brother with a 49. So Chavo's leaps and bounds ahead of his brother, and as far as in-ring performance goes. David Novak goes up against Barry Orton, and David Novak gets the win. And then we head to the main event. We head to this match with Gary Hart. The feud between Gary Hart and El Hijo del Tejas continues as Jose Lothario is pushing it and says, Gary, slowly but surely, step by step, we'll find our way to take you down a peg and humble you, because my protege right here, my protege, he has unfinished business with you. And then I let El Hijo del Tejas talk about Gary Hart and the problems that him and Lothario have had with the Gary Hart army, and how this Sunday they're going to take a step forward against Gary Hart's army when he beats another one of Gary Hart's hired assassins. And then we head to the main event as Matt Bourne goes up against the TV champion Chris Adams, and Bourne gets the win against the TV champion using underhanded tactics as we head to the pay-per-view. And yes, I can sit here and tell you that it's very possible you will see Matt Bourne versus Chris Adams this Sunday for the television title. Sorry, Siri, for whatever reason, turned herself on. But either way, like I said, before I get into the usual outro, I just wanted to say this, that, knock on wood, everything stays good with this computer. I haven't made up my mind yet what the future, if I should look into getting a new computer or not. But as of right now, everything's staying the same, and I just wanted to say this about this season. As far as things are concerned, there are 2 seasons out of the 4 Let's Plays that I'm thinking about when I want to end them. Those 2 don't include World Class Championship Wrestling, because I still enjoy doing this season, and I'm not even halfway to the point of where I want to be. So, when I get to the halfway point, I'll let you know, because that's when I can tell you when I want to finish it. But as of right now, if you're a fan of this series, you have nothing to worry about, because this series is not going anywhere anytime soon. And with that being said, if you are a fan of the series, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below what you think about the series, and if you like the direction I'm going. Also, if you'd like to see anybody join the World Class Championship roster, Championship Wrestling roster, let me know down in the comment section below, because as always, feedback is more than welcomed and appreciated. But if you don't want to leave a comment, you can always leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this that you can only find right here at Wrestling Express. Till next time. Later.